Hello everyone, as y'all can see from the title of your screen, this is going to be me bow hunting with an old Browning bow. Apologize for the lawnmower and stuff, people's mowing and stuff like that for the last time for the season. Beautiful day to do it. It's nice and windy. Really ain't that good of bow hunting conditions, so I will say I have been bow hunting. You'll always see later on in the video. Hopefully, I had a deer come into them. I'm not even sure if I got them on film or not, but a big doe and a little doe. I passed a little doe, didn't shoot her. The big one wouldn't come close enough. I was hunting with 100 grain broadheads, but the only problem with that is I'm using these recurve arrows, and this bow's really not that fast, just because, you know, it's an older bow. But I love it. If y'all know and you follow the channel, this is what I strive for. I love hunting with this old equipment and stuff like that. My main weapon of choice is a recurve. I've killed plenty of deer with them and all that, but this season I had yet to have time to really practice with my recurve. But like I said, I found this old Browning laying in the basement. My dad ended up getting it for like 10 bucks at a yard sale. And I'm not sure how old these strings are on this bow, but I've looked them over multiple times. They actually look fairly new, honestly. I priced one because I was just gonna have one get put on, but they want $180 for a freaking bow that's, far as I know, 2008, they had them on eBay for like $80. So I'm guessing this thing's from the 90s. But long story short, they wanted that much. I was like, heck no, you know, that's more than a bow. So I just used it. I put my own D-loop on it because the D-loop that was on it looked like a mouse or something got a hold of it. Chewed it up real bad, but everything else is still stock from the way it was. Same original sights that this bow's had, I'm guessing. Maybe a little newer because it does have a level on the sight, so I'm guessing this is mid 2000s when he put this sight on. This is my own quiver. It goes to my recurve. But as y'all is going to see here, let's find the arrow. I want to tune my bow, this bow here, with these 150 grain single bevel broadheads. They're a knockoff brand. If y'all shoot single bevels, you're cussing me out in the comments right now, or in your head, one of the two, but they are a knockoff brand off Amazon. But I've killed deer with them already last year. They did fine, so I figured, you know, they got like a 2.5 inch cutting diameter compared to the 1 inch that I was hunting with last week. I figured today I'll dial in at 20. I am going to sight my 30-yard pin in too, and there is a 40, but the 40 I'm just going to have for just target practice purposes. I'll never shoot a deer with this bow at 40. Would it kill it? Probably, but I'm not going to do it. 30, everything's got to be perfect for me to shoot at 30. But 20 and under, oh yeah, deer smoke. So far with the 100 grain tip with 125 or 25 grain insert in it, so 125 up front. This thing is a tack driver. Now I'm shooting 175 up front with a 300 spine arrow. And let's see, I'm really pumped to kill a deer with this bow. I'm covered in blood right now because my nephew killed a deer today. We went and tracked it. You all will see that video way before you see this one, especially at the rate I'm going. This video might not come out until next season because I can't kill deer, it seems. Here it is, October 3rd, and I've only had one opportunity at a little doe, and I ain't shooting. But anyway, I got targets down here right now at 20 yards even. Straight down here. I know it's a little hard for y'all to see, but it's pretty much as the angle I'm going to be working with. Hopefully it's good enough. I'm going to be shooting the one on the left. The target on the right is my broadhead target. That's the one I'll be shooting the broadhead into. But let's start with the target on the left and just see where we're hitting with these 150. So from the looks of it, I'm just a smidge low of the heart right there. Just as I thought, you know, a lot heavier than those 100, so I am going to have to move some sights here in a minute. But let's send some more to make sure. Okay, we're still right there, you know. Arrow's flying fairly slow. I'm going to guess the bow a little bit faster than my recurve. It's enough to kill. That's all I'm worried about. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, them's three really consistent. One was just a hair right, but that was me, but the other two's touching. So what I'll do is I'm going to bump the actual pin. I'm not going to move the whole sight. I'm just going to move the individual pins. As y'all can see, there's three. Top pin's going to be 20 yards. And it looks like shoot low, move it low. So I just need to come down a little bit. That's a weird thing about a bow. You follow the arrow. Unlike a rifle, you shoot low, move it high. You do that with these, you're gonna be shooting the moon before you know it. Okay, finally got the Allen key. Now this ain't very bad, you know. I should probably leave it because this deer's probably gonna try to duck this arrow. But I kind of want to be in the kill zone at least a little. So we're just gonna barely bump this down, and that should put us right in the kill zone of the vitals. All right, I barely bumped her down, so now let's take another arrow and see where we're at. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna be right there in the vitals. And I'm talking about dead center of the heart right there. This thing has no let off, so I'm kind of shooting a little bit fast, but I want to kind of get used to that, so that way when a deer comes, I'm not holding for 20 minutes and then shooting. I kind of want to keep that fast pattern, because after you hold this thing back for a minute, it's nothing compared to today's compounds. But I love it. I'm telling you, I can't wait to put a deer on the ground with one of these bows. This is something I wanted to do since I was a kid, same way with the recurves. And I've managed to kill an absolute stud with my recurve and some does. So now it's time to move on to the back then modern day technology. Try to put one more in that heart. Hit that other arrow. I tell y'all what, I can't be shooting too many times with these big things. It's wearing my target out. It's just knocking chunks out of that thing like you wouldn't believe. But here I go, top left dot. Smoked. Dead center, I'm gonna call it. That's good enough for me. This 30-yard pin's just, if shit hits the fan and I have no choice at all but to make a shot on a world-class whitetail, I'll do it. That's the dream anyway, but I'll do it. But 30's tops, nothing past it. That deer. I don't see a reason to keep fooling with it, but that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna shift y'all into all the hunting and stuff until I finally lay one down with this. I figured I'd drag you all out though and show you a little sight-in process and all that. And as y'all can see, probably what, 13 arrows. I got this thing smack in center. But the rest of the time, I'm gonna go ahead and back up to 30 and mess with these other pins and all that. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the timber. All right, y'all, it's our first official deer hunt this year. I have a browning, which you guys at this point would have done seen me shooting it in the yard and stuff and going over it. But I'm trying to kill a deer with it, and we don't have no corn in the pile right now, unfortunately. There's a little bit in the feeder, not much, but hopefully there's just enough to bring some deer in tonight. Not looking for anything long as it's a doe, half decent when I'm gonna shoot it. But this is her first time ever deer hunting, and I told her don't expect a whole bunch because there ain't that much feed in there. And the way she's coughing and stuff right now, you know what I mean? Stop. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up, and long story short, we should be able to get us a deer tonight. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, team. Alright y'all, it's this is day number 3, morning number 1. I've hunted in here twice in the evening. Yesterday evening I had 2 come in right at last light. I don't know if I got the little one on camera. You all will know by now. But she was the only one that come to the feeder. The great big doe stayed back because I was going to shoot her. But she stayed too far back. And then I come in here this morning and spooked one out on the way in, and then as I was sitting here right around about 8 o'clock, had a bobcat come in which I filmed it, squeaked it, it went, it was going away from me, so I started squeaking to it, turned it,
and it came all the way to like 20 yards and then just sat down. I filmed it for a little bit and then scared it off. I've been sitting here, it's going on 9. I can't hunt very long, much longer anyway, because I got that rifle coming today. I gotta go home and sign the shipment package or whatever, so nobody will steal it. I gotta sign it and whatnot, and then I'll be shooting it at some point. I'm gonna try a different spot tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna hunt in the morning or tomorrow night, but I'm definitely gonna do another area. Give a spot here a break for a few days, and if I can't kill one in the other area, I might come back in here. I figured I'd update y'all because I know it's mostly just been me filming stuff, squirrels and all that. That's really all I've seen besides last night and this morning. So I'm gonna set these last little bit of 20 minutes out. I say 20-25 minutes, and then I'm gonna pack up. So I'll let you know something. I'm in my little net blind tonight. I'm in a big thick bedding area. I'm on the outskirts of it. I mean, that's real thick where I'm at, but it gets even nastier out that way. But I put some corn and some salt lick and stuff and some mineral block and all that stuff out here the other day. I actually just bought a brand new pair of rangefinders, and I think today will be an actual good day to use them. At 13 yards away, I put them. I'm hunting with the old school bow, still trying to get it done. But I did that because after I kill one with this, I'll probably switch right back to my recurve. And as y'all know, I try to get them as close as possible. Really, the corn pile ain't there to shoot them on, it's to bring them that close, and then I can make a shot somewhere different, you know. For the most part, I just put it so close to draw them as close as possible to me, so I can get a better chance at getting a really good shot, you know. But yeah, that's the plan there. We got a pretty good slight wind that's blowing perfect, going straight out over my left shoulder. But the only problem is, put this setup in here Monday. Today's Thursday, and it doesn't look like there's been a single deer in here yet. It don't look like any other corn's gone. So I don't know if any deer's found it or not. I think I got ward up for no reason. Anyway, I'm done talking. There could be deer that found it. They could be on their way in here right now. So y'all stay tuned. Let me see if I see anything. And if I don't, I'll catch you all on the next hunt. Alright, welcome back y'all, back on the ground setup. As y'all seen in the last clip, I ended up shooting at a big mature doe. Hunted public ground, it was a monster doe. But me and her went in on public ground. It was her first time ever deer hunting besides, and actually getting to see deer. But you know, not pointing fingers, but what I think happened is, where she was filming, she didn't start filming until the deer was right on top of us. So that's the reason why y'all didn't get to see, but me trying to draw and then the deer running. I don't know, about 720 something. I happened to look to my right just as I drew it up. We had a wind that was going southwest that day, going straight up the hill. I expected the deer to come up off that bottom because there's a big thicket down in there they bed in. So I figured, I said, they're going to come right up out of there. She's going to come right here. Just like I drew it up, I mean, perfect. I ranged the tree that she was first standing at 30, 31, 32 yards. Damn near 30 yards away. First thing out the gate that morning. And long story short, I seen that deer come, and I told her, I said, here comes a deer, you know. And she's looking forever, and I could tell she couldn't find it because she kept going like this. And I'm like, don't move, you know, this deer's coming. My heart's beating out of my chest. I'm like, finally, I'm going to get a chance. Then she came up and got right in between these two trees. And I'm like this in the camera. As soon as the camera gets turned on, the moment she must have picked the camera up because she seen the deer and went like this or whatever, because that deer looked straight at me. She did the old rose her head up, you know, and I knew it was now or never. I never draw on a deer when they're looking, but this deer, I knew right away, we're done. So I just ease the bow back, and I get it like right to here, and she turns, bounds up. She runs up there. I guessed her at like 35, so I held my 30 pin, and just pretty much on top of her back and shot. I seen the arrow go way to the right of her, and deer takes off running. And long story short, we went up in there and tried to find arrow. Can't find it. Can't find deer. No blood and stuff, because obviously I missed. But while we and her was in there looking, that we found tons of deer sign. Like, you wouldn't believe how much buck and doe and just all kinds of sign in that thicket. What I decided to do is I was just going to wait and not bow hunt until Saturday morning. Me and her was going to go back in there, but I couldn't help it. I really don't have that good a wind today. I'm actually about to check and see what type of wind I need. This is my first time, I guess second time bow hunting this spot, but first time trying to play the wind and doing it, because I got busted the other day too. Freaking deer got downwind of me. So really, I could do a southeast and a southwest, and potentially even a west wind. I can do every wind but a north wind. Anything north is trash. And of course today we got a northeast. As of right now, it's going to switch to a north, but now it's going to my west out here. So anyway, and now it's blowing behind me, so we just got kind of a circular wind. It could still work if the deer's real hungry. And I mean, they've been in my corn. I just put this out 9 days ago, and it looks like they finally found it, because there's still a bunch on the ground, but you can tell some of it's been eaten. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the wind and stuff will settle down, and one of these big does, mature does, will come up in here and give me a shot. I'm really ready to kill one with this old bow. And if not, I'm gonna lick my wounds and head back on the public land again, and then I'll probably stay off that public ground until the rut. And me and her, she's got a few days off, so me and her will go up in there in the rut and do some long sets, and hopefully I can rattle a big one in and kill him. But tonight, main focus is just getting a big old meat dough in the freezer. I'm ready to eat some deer jerky, or if a decent buck comes in, and you know, I don't think he'll blow up to be something big, I'll stick him. I don't care. But anyway, I'm gonna sit back and see what happens. I mean, they probably winded me on my way in. I already knew it was a bad wind, but whatever. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, y'all, it's October the 25th, 5:21. I hunted this morning, forgot my camera, and I grunted, and like 5 minutes later, not saying it was a buck or anything, but a deer come up right down here on this valley and crossed. And I got my bow and stuff like that and got ready, and nothing ever like came up here to the corn pile. I was hunting in a see-through blind. I got busted multiple times in that thing. Them things are the worst blinds ever. I do not recommend a see-through blind to anyone out there. Long story short, probably got it on camera. I've had so far this year, I've had a couple does right here. Couldn't make a shot on them because of the see-through blind and how everything was set up in it. But now I got my blind back, the one that I use a recurve hunt out of. I put it up in here, and this is the first time I've been back in here for a little over a week now. And the deer action's been crazy in here. There's a rub up, which I know I don't have the deer on camera. There's no way. The biggest deer I have on camera, buck-wise, is probably, it looks massive on the camera to you all right now, because I'm going like this, you know what I mean, but it's really not. It's tiny. It's not tiny. It's like a 130s, 140s, whatever. If I got a chance, I'd probably shoot him anyway and be happy with him, you know what I mean? But then again, I might pass him and maybe let someone else take him. But anyway, long story short, there's a giant rub in here. I mean, a monster. There's no way that deer could get his antlers around that tree, because it's a monster. Anyway, so in the back of my head, I'm thinking, you know, potential 160-inch deer, 70-inch, 170 could show up at any moment. I'm going to hunt the next few days, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, whether I killed a deer in this video or not, just to more or less give y'all, keep a season update. And when I start my November rut caution, I'll be switching from public land to private, public to private. Because the public ground, I found our area just for the rut, and I mean, it's loaded with sign. Big scrapes. Seeing a lot of deer in there, because I was squirrel hunting. We were just squirrel hunted it 3 days ago, and jump deer, I love it, you know what I mean? So plenty of spots in there, and hopefully no one beats me to it, but if they do, I'm not gonna sweat it. Whoever goes in there 9 times out of 10, they can definitely kill a doe. I've only hunted it once for deer, and I missed a big doe back in the early season, but I'm still trying to get it done with the vintage compound. The old Browning, I looked at some more new ones today. They actually have lead off, and it felt so weird to draw a bow back that had lead off. It was just the craziest thing ever. I drew it back. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because once you draw it, you gotta hold it. It's like a recurve, you gotta hold it back. So hunting with a bow, or drawing a bow back that had lead off was just undescribable. And I'm thinking I might actually go buy that bow, and get it set up for myself. I might actually go back over there and pick that bow up this weekend. And after I kill one with this bow, set that bow up for myself, and I'm gonna hunt with that bow for as many years as possible. It's an old, I can't remember the name of it. Don't hold me to it. I think it's another Browning bow, I'm pretty sure, but it's newer. Like, it actually has lead off on it. So I'm thinking I want to buy that bow. But anyway, I'm gonna sit back and hopefully a deer comes in. If not, I'm not really sweating it. I do want to kill a deer in here by Thursday, a doe. If I don't kill one by then, I'm strictly going after a buck then, because Halloween's this coming weekend. So if I don't get a doe within the next few days, only thing I'll kill with this thing is a buck until late season. I'll come out here when there's snow on the ground, try to kill a doe. It looked like it was just a little bit far back, but the way she was angled, I kind of like that. I might have heard her crash. It wasn't a giant doe. The big does, they all kept skirting me outside, and they all went down and crossed. And these last 2 does was like medium-sized does, and they both came in, and I'm like, man, you know, I've had opportunities so many times and I messed up, but I finally get one in range, and it's like, I gotta make it count. So I put the pin on her, and like I said, it's just a hair far back to the left, just a little bit, but I think my cam ended up hitting the top of the ground blind, but still, I'm pretty sure that'll bring her down. I'll give her some time tonight and then figure out. I'm zoomed into it, but you know, figure out what to do. I'm gonna give it like 25 minutes and then sneak over there and see where I hit her. But all in all, hopefully we have one down. I'm gonna replay the footage, see how far back I hit her, and then we'll make a move from there. This should be it. This should be the last. Besides a primitive weapon, this should be the last bow that I needed to kill every single deer with. I've shot them with everything besides a self-made bow, which that won't be until many years from now. I'll never do that, but I won't say I never won't, but it won't be anytime soon. But anyway, yeah, I've shot them with old crossbows and all that, but I've never killed them with an old compound from the 80s. And I'm pretty sure I just sent one in one. Took me a long time, many hours in this blind. There's one snorting, trying to outsmart him and whatnot, and finally tonight it all come together. So I'm gonna sit back and be quiet and get out in a little bit and go look at blood and kind of walk down the path, just see what kind of blood I have. Alright, hopefully y'all can see me. I found the deer. She didn't make it but 60 yards. I hit the artery just as I thought. I cut the erotic
It's got a weird name. I hit that, and the deer literally, I happened to walk to the top of this flat right here. Shot her just right over there. I got right here on this flat, and she's laying right at the edge of the field, piled up. That's it. Now, I'm just waiting on a buck. Man, I have officially done it. I have killed a deer with every bow besides a self bow. From modern day bows to old bows. I've done it with every one of them now. Now I just gotta do one that I made myself. But anyway, I'm gonna put you all up right here. Hopefully there's enough light. And yeah, I probably won't walk you all through much. It was just mostly just sitting there waiting. Kept letting all them other deer, or not letting them. I had no choice, but I couldn't get a shot on them. But long story short, you know, I didn't end up with the biggest doe in the woods, especially compared to the other ones. But I still managed to last minute type deal, seal the deal. And I'm more than happy with this deer. I mean, I'm still shaking right now. I forgot my arrow up there, but anyway, let me get y'all positioned here. And there she is, y'all. Hopefully you can see me and it's not too dark. Killed her with the old vintage Browning. This bow's probably, I'm telling you, probably at least 1980s. Set it up this year and I said, I'm gonna kill a deer with it. Brought it out here and I ended up hitting her. I'll show you all with light and stuff. But I ended up hitting her right back here in this artery and just got lucky and hit the artery. And this deer didn't make it but 70 yards and piled up. And I'm a great big guy. I'm 6'4", so the deer appears to be a lot smaller than what it really is, but it still is a small doe, but I don't care. I freaking love it. This is what it's all about. It's gonna be real good meat in the freezer. And now I'm just gonna be waiting on a good buck to show up, hopefully. He's got plenty of mature does out here to chase and all that good stuff, but I'm losing light. I gotta get this thing taken care of and all that, but I sure do appreciate this old girl giving me an opportunity, because I've really been pulling my hair out this season just trying to pull it off on any deer, and finally I ended up getting lucky and she gave me a shot. So